There is a reason why some people stay calm under pressure while others collapse the moment life gets difficult. It's not luck, it's not talent, and it's definitely not because they have an easier life. It's because they understand something most people ignore. Your greatest power comes from focusing your energy on what you truly know. Not what trends are telling you. Not what everyone else is chasing. Not what looks impressive online. But the skills, experiences, strengths, and wisdom you've developed through struggle, repetition, and real life experiences. Because when challenges appear, and they always do, familiarity creates confidence, experience creates stability, and mastery creates resilience. Today, we're going to talk about why focusing on what you know can completely transform your confidence, your career, your mindset, and your future. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why staying in alignment with your strength isn't playing small, it's playing smart. Every day, the world tells you to become something else. Social media says, start this business, learn this skill, copy this lifestyle, chase this trend. And slowly, people begin abandoning the very things they are naturally good at. They stop trusting their experience. They stop valuing their own abilities. They start believing success only exists somewhere outside themselves. But here's the problem. When you constantly chase what you don't understand, you place yourself in environments where you lack confidence, judgment, and emotional control. And in difficult moments, uncertainty creates fear. Think about it. A person with years of experience in construction can walk into a chaotic building site and immediately understand what to do. An experienced teacher can manage a difficult classroom calmly because they have been in similar situations before. A skilled athlete remains composed during pressure because repetition trained their instincts. Why? Because they know that environment. They understand the patterns. They trust themselves there. Knowledge removes panic. Experience reduces confusion. Familiarity increases performance. And that's why focusing your energy on what you know is not limiting, it's strategic. Real confidence doesn't come from motivational quotes. It comes from evidence, from repetition, from practice, from surviving hard moments before. Most people try to feel confident before taking action, but confidence is usually built after action. When you spend years developing a skill, solving problems and handling challenges in one area, your brain builds reference points. You begin thinking, I've handled difficult situations before. I know how this works. I can figure this out. That internal certainty becomes emotional stability, and emotional stability becomes power. The truth is, more people often underestimate how valuable their current knowledge is. You may think, it's just something I know. It's nothing special. Other people can do it too. But what feels normal to you may be extremely difficult to someone else. Your experience has value because it allows you to navigate challenges better than people without that experience. And in life, the ability to remain effective during difficult circumstances is one of the most important advantages you can have. Imagine two people facing the same crisis. One person enters with confusion, the other enters with experience. Who performs better? The experienced person almost every time. Not because the challenge disappears, but because familiarity reduces emotional overload. This is why professionals train repeatedly. Pilots use simulations. Athletes repeat drills. Doctors study procedures over and over again, because under pressure humans fall back on what they know best. And this applies to life too. When you focus deeply on developing your strengths, you become harder to break during stressful situations. You react faster, you think clearer, you recover quicker. Meanwhile, people constantly jumping from one thing to another often struggle because they never stay long term enough to build deep competence. Depth creates stability, mastery creates control, and control creates peace of mind. That doesn't mean you should never learn new things. It means your foundation should come from areas where your experience gives you strength. Because strong foundations survive difficult seasons. One of the fastest ways to lose focus is comparison. You see someone succeeding in a completely different field and suddenly you question your own direction. But people forget this. Everyone's strengths are different. Some people are naturally leaders. Some are builders. Some are analysts, creators, communicators. And success often comes faster when people stop forcing themselves into environments that they don't fit in. A fish struggles to climb a tree. A bird struggles to swim underwater. That doesn't mean either of them are weak. It means their strengths exist in different environments. You don't need to master everything to become successful. You need to become excellent in the areas where your abilities, interests, and experience naturally align. That's where your greatest leverage exists. And ironically, many people discover extraordinary success after they stop trying to be someone else. Sometimes people underestimate themselves because they forget how much they've already survived. The struggles you went through taught you things. Pain taught you things. Failure taught you things. Responsibility taught you things. And those experiences created knowledge that cannot be learned from theory alone. Someone who overcame financial hardships often develops resourcefulness. Someone who survived rejection develops emotional resilience. Someone who spent years solving problems develops calm precision making under pressure. Your experiences shaped abilities inside you. That means your past wasn't wasted at all. It trained you, and often the things you naturally handle well today are the result of battles you already fought yesterday. That's why your focus matters. When you continue building on the knowledge, skills, and strengths developed through real experience, you become increasingly capable over time. Not weaker, not outdated, but more effective. Energy is limited. Attention is limited. Time is limited. And one of the biggest mistakes people make is spreading themselves too thin, trying to master everything, trying to impress everyone, trying to chase every opportunity. But scattered energy produces scattered results. Focused energy creates momentum. When you consistently invest your time into areas where you already possess knowledge and capability, your growth compounds faster. You improve quicker. You solve problems better. You gain confidence faster. You create stronger results, and eventually people begin trusting you because your competence becomes visible. And that's how expertise is built. Not through random effort, but through focused repetition over time. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to follow every trend. And you don't need to become someone completely different to create success. Sometimes the smartest thing to do is to recognize the value of what you already know. Because the areas where you've developed experience, the places where you've learned through struggle, the skills you can perform under pressure, those are clues to where your strengths already exist. And when life becomes difficult, your experience becomes your advantage. So focus your energy wisely. Build deeper instead of wider. Strengthen what you already understand. And trust that mastery, consistency, and experience will carry you through challenges far better than chasing distractions ever will. Because in the end, the people who thrive under pressure are usually the people who prepared themselves through focus long before the pressure arrived. If this video helped you, make sure you like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this reminder today. See you in the next video. Bye.